The root cause of why we don't have gender balance at the leadership levels of organization is gender bias. Now, the fact is it affects men too, because it's really not always about women and men. It's often about a bias in favor of masculine and not so in favor of feminine ways of operating. And that shows up in one way very clearly, and we call it the double bind. The double bind is that challenge that particularly women, but sometimes men too, operate in a feminine way, and they're not seen as a leader, or they're seen as weak. But if they operate in a masculine way, particularly for women, they'll be discounted because women aren't supposed to act that way. A behavior that would be called assertive in a man is called aggressive in a woman. Behavior that you would say was aggressive in a man would be downright bossy or unacceptable in a woman. She might be called that B word that rhymes with witch. That's the double bind that affects women the most, is operating in a masculine way. And that is a challenge because to be seen as a leader, women must operate in a masculine way sometimes. And if they're going to be judged by it differently than men, that's a problem. So what do women do about it? They become aware of it, they practice it, they become sensitive to their audience and know how to not bump up against that too masculine line. And organizations similarly have to become aware of it and see it as an obstacle not only for women, but for men to operate authentically and wholly as well. Become aware that we judge people for whether they're operating at this or that end of a feminine and masculine continuum, and that when we become aware that we do that, we can actually change our thinking, we can change our behaviors, and we can create an environment where men and women can operate in masculine and feminine ways to be most effective without fear of being judged.